start of part 3.
Okay.
And you make your way to the temple. Yeah, stepping inside, or looking outside, it is massive. And with relative ease, you can easily notice that this is a temple dedicated to the sun god. Stepping inside, you can see quite a bit of ideology. It'd be ideal. No, it's not ideal. Symbology.
Symbolic symbols?
Symbols of shit. Statues, stuff of that sort.
Oh, symbolic media.
There you go. Thank you.
No problem.
Yo, art lady. Yeah. There's a lot. Just scattered throughout the place. Though, the main reason why this place is a big deal is the massive golden statue of a blazing sun. Just situated pretty much square in front of right behind, where the main or high priest would preach to the masses. Then, in that sense, this place seats quite a few people. So roughly 200 to 400 with relative ease. For a large city, that's not a lot, but a lot to itself.
Alright.
Probably more people can fit in if squeezed a little bit. But
Does Orjak feel any familiar warmth?
Orjak, you do feel the oppressive warmth before.
This is horrible.
I would like to ask someone for therapy.
You go up to you just go up to a priest or one of the random people wondering.
Is a group with the spokesman asking for therapy?
Going up.
Just, do you know where I can find the therapy?
The therapy.
I need therapy.
Can be found in God's grace.
Is that like a no?
This is one of the religious people.
As in that means like no, then you don't really know. Got it. Let's go to someone else.
I'm gonna go to a priest because priests may know therapy.
Hey, Ren.
Yes.
How many days have gone by?
Not one.
Oh.
Okay.
Like since Riva.
So this is the second day.
Well, since Reva, it's been like 4 or 5.
No, it's only
So,
been
No, it's
3?
been 4 or 5.
3 days.
So Riva would have already left on the ship.
1. Like,
Probably.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah.
Baka. Quick request from. Well, actually, wait, no. I just took them. No, sorry. Kaz, or I suppose Kai, would either of you be willing to give me a drink?
Give you a drink? Sorry?
Or drink. Either.
Question, Katie. Do you go into the temple?
Should we go
I'm
into
hesitant to enter initially, but I will if everybody else is going inside.
Okay. Perhaps we should do. Is it necessary for us to do this in a secluded spot?
No, if you don't want to go inside, I'll just wait outside with you because it seems like trash anyway. To me.
I mean, I'm interested in going in, but I don't mind, feeding
Ren,
first.
Would I know if anything would happen to me if I go in?
You don't really know. No, you've never been inside of a Temple of Helios, because there isn't really any.
The thing is, though, do you want to risk it? Because it could be just turns flames.
Are we still inside Slady? Like within
Yes,
Slady's
we're
borders?
still within Slady's borders.
So, like, I'm not gonna get persecuted for being,
A vampire? No.
Okay, I will. Are there any priests around?
Yeah, there are.
I want to pull one to the side and okay. So,
What are you doing?
So you like, hey, come here. Wave to
Yeah.
one of the priests, like, come here.
yeah.
Before
I
going
need a
inside.
drink. I need a drink. Pay
No, I'm not doing anything to them. I just realized that I'm about to go inside of a church to a god of the sun. And I feel
Right.
like that's really bad.
I'm back.
And I just want to confirm.
Yeah, they'll walk over to you and like, yes.
So, I'm not exactly wearing my usual attire currently. However, I am a noble of Slaty.
A lot of
And as most nobles are, at least from where I am, we are vampires. That would include me.
yo. Okay.
I just realized that I was about to walk into a church of Helios with my friends. Has this ever happened before? And
Yes,
will I be okay?
should be.
Okay, I
I've
just wanted to make
never-
sure.
That confidence. Oh,
Known of Empire entering Church of Helios, though.
Yeah, I figured as much.
you grab some popcorn.
You'll be fine.
Congrats.
God, I wish Kai was there to watch this.
I thought you were tailing with us. Or no, you're violently sick, my bad.
Yeah, he's in
so wait.
bed.
Okay.
Right, let's go in,
Okay.
Katie. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to drag me out just in case, like,
Of
if
course.
anything bad happens.
I mean, I'll just carry you if you want.
I don't think the net isn't. Okay.
Also, there's a chance that something other than, burning alive might happen, such as getting really angry, so you might need to knock me out.
Well, take a step into the building, and then I'll hold
Yeah.
on to you. I'll hold on to you right now, and if you feel some kind of pain, I'll just yank you back out.
Okay, I'm gonna tentatively, open the door and stick my hand in.
I didn't fully think this through, so I'm going to enhance my own ability for I don't know bull strength, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, the door opens, you stick your hand in, nothing happens.
Okay, I'll walk in.
Good.
Yes, you-
That's when everything happens.
Oh, no.
All right.
No, you're all good.
All right. You good, Katie?
I'm fine, I think.
Excellent. All right.
This is why I wish Kai was there and wasn't sick in case something did happen and they needed to
Yeah.
be knocked out. Because he is the perfect tool to knock people out.
I was just really concerned for a second because I
'Cause
didn't
Kate-
consider that it was, a god of the sun.
I to knock people out.
Yeah, I understand. It's a fairly valid. I think it's a valid consent.
What'd you
Don't worry.
say, Kurt?
Literally known as the Blazing Sun.
I'm literally a monk. My entire thing is knocking people out.
That's true. But also, Katie, what's your con mod?
You stab a little bit too much to knock people out. I feel
Actually, reasonably high.
Well,
And by
no.
reasonably high,
What's
I
the
mean
modifier?
One. I just have a lot of bonus health from tough
One.
and my
So you would
class
last
features.
2 minutes.
That's the thing. I don't
2
need to breathe.
rounds. 2 rounds.
2
So-
rounds.
Also, they don't need to breathe. They take it.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, just snap their neck a little. Nah, it would be good.
It would just hurt. Don't do that.
If you hurt Katie, I'd just go after you.
Yeah.
Mhm. Sounds about right.
As you make your way closer,
Making friends.
closer to the massive golden sun.
So
Katie,
the fairies.
As you start getting closer to the massive golden sun,
Sizzle,
hurts.
sizzle.
It hurts to look at it. So it doesn't really do anything bad. It just
Busy.
hurts
Okay.
to look.
Ow.
It's like you're staring at the sun.
Does anybody else feel like they're staring at the sun right now?
Uh,
I mean,
you seem to be in a bit of discomfort there, Katie. You
Yeah.
all right?
No, it just hurts to look at that as I motion towards the.
Uh, Fair enough. That
You,
would
you could
that,
not,
that,
we could just leave.
that,
if you
that would
want.
do it. Is there any kind of like book around that's like looking at pretty artifacty?
There is no book around looking pretty artifacty.
All right.
So, before this happened, I was going to ask a priest about therapy, and then we rewound to before we entered
Yeah.
the.
We can have
Sorry.
a priest inside.
Let me rephrase that scroll.
There is no scroll to you
Okay.
that you can see. And whenever it comes to priest and therapy, walking up to one, they will look at you. It depends on what you've gone through. We can try and help. There are some things that we just aren't able. It depends on what I've gone through. Depends on what church can help. But we can try our best.
I didn't process those words.
There's different kinds of therapy that they offer, and they need to know what the exact trauma is, or well, not the exact, but yeah.
Right.
Because there are only two gods of healing, and that is Elios.
Helios.
That is Prissy,
Uh,
the god of nature.
Fizzy, yeah.
They are the only two. So, there's only so much they could try and do.
I have a question in that regard, Rin. Actually, is there just like a table with the deities I can look at real quick? Because maybe I might.
Oh,
I shall send you a PDF.
Okay, thank you.
yeah.
Because,
Did you not get it for Sil and Vengari? Huh.
I did. I just I forgot it.
Oh my gosh.
Classic Sil.
To be fair, no. To be fair, like I just forgot where it was in my because it's really far up in our DMs at this point. I think
That's why we pin messages.
That's why you pin everything important.
I'd like to. This is going to be a bit brazen, but I'd like to ask one of the priests. I'd like to start off by saying that. Excuse me.
Yes.
I've traveled quite a long way here. I'm a researcher, I suppose, a historian, a scribe, if you will. I've heard of some kind of special scroll here.
A relic of the past.
Yes, that sounds so exciting. Do you think there's a transcript of it, or if I could have a look at it in person?
We have a rough transcript from Celestial Common. So sadly, the only person that can
Read Celestial.
is our read Celestial is our hyper.
I can read Celestial.
Oh, congratulations.
If it's just a rough translation, do you mind if I make my own translation from the actual text?
Well, it's a rough translation due to some words don't translate.
I see. Well,
yeah,
I know a great deal of different languages, so I have a great deal of different words that may fit better.
I can give you the transcript. The actual scroll itself, you would need to get confirmation from the High Priest.
And how would I get confirmation from the High Priest?
Ask the High Priest.
Where may I find him?
He points to a guy that's in more flamboyant robes.
Wonderful.
Or gold.
But as for the transcript, could I have that as well, please?
Yeah. He ends up giving you a small tome. Or it wouldn't be a tome, like a small book.
I appreciate it. Blessed be Elios.
And it's a fairly small book, transcribed from a tome or a scroll. So.
All right. Before I initiate with the High Priest, does anybody else want to do anything?
I mean, honestly, I was gonna roughly go off the big trauma shit with the priest and be like, hey, can you do anything about this shit?
A lot of death.
Yeah.
Do you want immediate help or slow working?
I don't know.
With immediate help, there are spells that can aid you and give some light in the dark.
Sorry.
But
But the more slower going, it's often more effective. But it's slow. It'll take a week, if not, for it to fully take effect. For you to get past the traumatic experience.
right.
So it is something that we can help with. Death is something sadly excel in. Due to this. That's why it's sad. Not sad that we help people with it.
Sad that you have to.
Yes. With all the recent wars, it's been a necessity.
I don't know how long we're here for. So I feel like spell bonk.
Bonk. Takes out a scepter. Are you
Yeah.
ready?
Help you forget everything.
I'm pretty sure that's just death.
Oh no. Conscious and will give you a lobotomy.
I don't
Everything
think that's
will
an
be-
option.
It is an option.
I don't want it to be.
There you go. Smart choice.
So what's happening?
Boko may be getting a spell cast.
Yeah. Restore sanity.
It'll cost you 60 gold.
Oh,
Due
that's
to
only
being-
6 platinum.
Due to being
Yeah.
hefty spell. If
Right.
you want something even more powerful, you need to ask our high priest. That's a relic. But he would most likely be very willing. Though it would cost more towards 450, 500.
Damn. I don't got that many.
It would be a more potent aid.
I mean, could in theory just stay here enough weeks so I could get some therapy.
Be slow going, but it's considerably cheaper.
I do prefer talking as well.
I gotta go. School's starting soon.
Gotcha.
All right.
Have a good one.
Have fun at school.
Later.
Hmm.
Perhaps you should consult the party about.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, oh, I'll be back. I've gotta go
Yeah.
talk to my friends.
We will be here whenever you need.
Okay. Sweet.
How lovely.
So, just links to be a menace to society. Kaz is getting messed up.
Huh?
Gets
Hold up.
stabbed.
Gaz does.
Wait. What's happening?
Russian
Why am I suddenly?
I've been DM'd. Oh no, it's been pinned.
I'm being bullied.
Yep.
Okay.
Congrats.
Why? Is it because I'm a nerd?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
damn. Okay.
But yeah, Boko stabs you, i.e. just hugs you. Because, I don't know.
I do. I have that. I have that thing where I'm like kind of, and like my arms are like still outstretched, and then like just in surprise, and I'm like, okay, and then just like give it a small squeeze, give a give a fairly stronger than average squeeze because I still have bull strength. Yeah.
All right.
Are you all right, Boko?
Yeah, considering therapy,
I see. That's understandable.
Have a nice day.
but it takes longer than 10 seconds.
Oh no. How long does it take?
At least a week.
That's doable. We can stick around for that long, surely.
I'd agree with that assessment.
Yes.
I'm trying to lighten the mood, Baka, so you're not feeling as down. Believe me, more than one of us is currently experiencing that.
But yes, that's absolutely no problem. We could still find ways to be productive, or even just take a break. We've certainly earned it.
We have done stuff.
We have done stuff.
I agree. And we have a little bit of money to just relax.
We could just have a small holiday. Why not? It's only a week.
I also have things I need to work on.
The world doesn't depend on it.
Agreed.
Would have to ask the others if they're okay with staying still for a little bit, but
That's
yeah,
fair.
they're actually.
I'd agree. But, yeah. Your health is important to me. And that includes your mental health.
Why would you send that to me?
So yeah, but making sure that you're in tip-top shape is very important.
Cool. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Cool, Boko is gonna get.
Sorry?
I'm trying to do a thing right now.
Bucko is what?
Therapy.
You're bringing me out of the mood.
Nice.
Right. You get therapy. Alright, so you would learn that it is a gold piece per session. It's a week-long deal.
Right.
So if you want to start
Deal.
your first
Wait,
session
what?
today,
Yeah. It's like it's only gonna be like an hour long. It'll be fine.
Hey, Rin.
what, 2
I
hours?
feel. I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie. I feel like Fingari would be a better one for my character situation.
Again?
Yeah, unironically, I think because isn't Fingari Grave Domain?
Brave Domain,
What?
but they're not a healing god.
Oh.
But what did you want to be arcane?
Wait, what are we talking
feel
about?
like-
Oh, cleric?
No, like for providing services clerically.
Oh, yeah. Sadly,
Oh.
Vengari is not a healing god.
Yeah, if you want healing, go for Elios of Fissy, Nature, or Sun. Rick, may I talk to the High Priest?
Yes. As you make your way up to him, he looks down at you. Oh,
I give a slight bow in reverence. Your Holiness.
oh, how can I aid you?
I'm a far traveler, a historian, a researcher, and a scribe. I've heard stories about this place, and I've come to great pains to come across to this place. Specifically, I like about the Holy Scroll here for Ilios.
The relic from himself.
Yes, if it's not too much trouble, I would love to. I would love to have the honor of attempting to translate it myself. I hear it's in Celestial, and I've spent a lot of time learning Celestial for this moment.
one of the few that have mastered the language outside of those from the holy lands of ours.
I do have quite some admiration for the gods and the stories they hold and the ideals they represent.
I think that can be arranged. I don't plan on tonight's sermon.
I bow again. Thank you very much.
Yes.
It is an honor.
He will step away. He'll move to the back of the sun. And once grab it. Behind the sun. Inside, more or less, the sun.
Alright.
More or less brings it out. He will more or less have set to the side.
Mhm.
And there will be two priests watching you.
Fair enough. I'm not doing. I genuinely just want to translate it because Boko is doing therapy here. I'm not doing any shit here. Plus the quest reward looks a little bit shady anyway. So fuck that. I'm literally here for my curiosity.
The quest reward is key to
Dawn.
everywhere.
Yeah, I don't need that. Well, I mean, it's useful, but I don't need it. In any case.
Sure about that.
Yes, sir.
Real fucking useful.
I know it's fucking useful. I don't need it though. Difference between using something that's something different. There's a difference between something that's useful and something that is a necessity.
Oh, come on.
The simple bare necessities
How
of
much do you think these people need this scroll?
Probably not much, but I also value some of my friends' sanity. So we're going to get that sorted first, and then maybe, just maybe, I'll do something about the scroll. All right. Keeping my options open, but not only just for myself, but for my teammates as well. Anyway, I'd like to start transcribing the scroll. And I don't suppose you could DM that to me later.
It's more. I could tell you more or less what it's all about.
Oh, sweet.
It details a specific story.
Oh shit, I should write this down. Where's my notes? Okay. Rin Chronicle. There we go. Holy Scroll in Zeros. Okay, ready.
The scroll details the first interactions that the god Ilios had with the mortals he created. So in a sense, humans and Dragonborn. It goes about how they praised him, of course, but more how he actively tried to teach them, show them how to do basic necessities, like creating homes, showing them how to mend wounds whenever hurt, showing them how protection over general warfare is a necessity, because there are monsters. He taught the unknowing to know, and set the first stones for civilization to flourish.
Set first stones for.
It's a good rough description of what
Precision.
Scroll details.
Just a little bit of that, but was one of the teachings he gave was the teachings of fire as well, by any chance, or nah? Was it from someone else?
That was not from him. That was from Frisky.
Could you quickly repeat what happens after protection in general warfare is a necessity?
He more or less set the stones, the stones for civilization. And I don't remember.
Okay. Okay, so in that case it can't have been that important. Alright. Then alright, thank you.
It's more or less lays out his portfolio and his domain.
Portfolio in his domains. Do-do-do.
As close as
So, by the way, any discernible reason why someone would want this?
what do you mean?
Well, translating it, it just seems like
Look,
because while I'm in close proximity to the holy text, do I feel anything from
yes,
it?
you do.
Oh,
Is
wow.
it
Okay,
is
it's
holy.
legit. All right.
This is a
Okay.
holy.
It is actually holy. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Adding a new tab. Actually, holy scroll. Yeah. Go on.
It is very much. It resonates with you.
Resonates. That's it, right?
Yeah. It is also with your relative magical knowledge. You know that this thing is magical. This thing, probably
Mhm.
once attuned to, grants boons to whoever is attuned to it. You could probably assume it's the High Priest.
Huh.
You don't know what these boons are.
Interesting. Okay.
It is an actual holy relic. So you can assume collectors, people that dislike the divine, people that really love the divine would want this. It's literally up in the air.
How exciting. I hope to find out more about that later. Unfortunately, I do have to dip out for a bit. Possibly about 3 hours, maybe. And then I'll be back.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys have fun, I guess. Yeah. Keep it up. Everyone's stamina is very impressive so far.
Yay.
I can stay awake as long as I need to be.
Yep, I'm good for another 12 hours.
Best part is, I'd normally be waking up in an hour for work.
Yeah. I put my hand on the almost blinded Katie. Hang in there, and the going through therapy Bucker. Hang in there. All right.
Katie,
Catch you guys later.
Whenever you reach about 10 feet from the sun, because that's whenever it hits a whole new world of hurt, can you make a wisdom save?
Yeah, I can.
You fail. Right, give me one as I find this.
Oof.
It's a cleric fail.
Oof.
Double check it. Yep. You take a little dice. Dang it. Bag it. I don't want to digitally actually.
I feel like I'm about to get my shit fucking slapped.
I had to put all my dice in the goddamn closet. Golly. Gosh golly. Gee.
Gee Willikers. Scoob.
Like cheeky.
Oh, why do I feel like I'm about to get slapped by a flame strike or something?
Jinkies. God's angry. And he's fucking slapping my cheek.
Why do I feel like I'm about to get fucking slapped by a sunbeam?
Don't worry. Don't,
Be happy.
don't worry. That's sad damage.
Ow.
I lied.
Ow. I can't.
You take 20 points of radiant damage.
Oof.
It sizzle, 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 sizzle.
the big sizzle, and as I begin to sizzle, I will offer up this prayer to them, to the god.
This does peace sign. Can't do shit.
Anything at all. It doesn't matter. It not necessarily, you know. It's fine. Before getting away, skedaddling away.
Slide away like a fucking rat. Pain.
Ow, pain.
Got a sunburn now.
And I will, once I get a little bit away, I'm gonna.
Yeah. Literally
delicious.
too close to the sun.
Yeah, there's my free cast for the day.
You want to do it again and see what happens?
I feel like I'm gonna get fucking slapped. I'm guessing that was either sunburst or sunbeam.
Wasn't sunbeam. Not enough damage for that. Don't worry.
Be happy.
It was flame strike.
Ouch.
But instead of fire and radiant, it was all radiant. Because he could do that because he's God.
Ouch.
And it targeted only you because he's God.
Ouch. You really don't like me. It's fine
I
though.
really don't like your existence.
It's fine though.
It's not you. It's you. And you're kind. Because you're
Ow.
heresy.
I'm dirty stinking.
You're a dirty stinking heretic. And you deserve to burn.
It's fine though. Anyway, yeah. I'm gonna join Bako in that section.
Well, Boko, yeah. So, you gotta get a different therapist because they don't do joint therapy.
Oh, okay.
That's boring.
That's sad.
Well,
It's always good to just talk about your issues with the boys.
Okay, if that's the case, I'll go wait outside with Orja. You know, get away from the whole burning light of the day in the burning light of the day. It's night? What?
No, it's daytime.
Okay. Yeah.
The sun right now to you is more abrasive than it.
Oh, well. He must not like me in particular currently.
Less got too close, and the sun now acknowledges your existence.
I was trying to do a good thing. Why?
You're trying. See. Good thing doesn't mask your.
I'll continue to do the good things. Just please stop.
You can ask the sun all you want.
I'm literally chronicling dead people that can't be helped.
Yep. Yes, you are.
You're kind of a dick, you know that.
Gods normally.
Hey, Orchak, you want to go, like, stand in the shade somewhere? Rather than, you know, just out here. This kind of sucks.
Project's dead.
Oh,
Sun,
well,
the sun
shit. Yeah, Sun just, like, stepped on him, put his finger.
Yeah, heat stroke.
Yeah, I'm gonna go walk over to the thing, and if he does actually have heat stroke, come bring him with me.
I don't know.
Kurt, you there?
You there?
Do you have heat stroke? Is this what's going on?
I'm trying to sleep.
Oh,
Hey, stop.
then take your headset off.
I don't have my headset on.
Oh, then why are you responding? How did you hear us?
Why are you
No,
trying
because
to?
you won't shut up if I don't.
Okay, well, go to sleep. Mute your headset.
And I've heard that.
Oh, so you can just hear us?
Yeah, play through speakers.
Mute Discord then.
Like a sane person.
I'm going to subconsciously hear what you guys are saying. And then passively knowing all the information.
Are you okay? Fine. I don't know. I'll go walk over in the shade and maybe bring Orjack with me, depending on
And
circumstances.
also, why would I go in the shade? I'm a fucking lizard.
Heat stroke. I don't know.
Literally the opposite of a vampire.
One, you're not a lizard, dragonborn, which looks like a lizard.
Also reptilian.
Reptilian, but you're not cold-blooded.
It can be, though.
No,
I don't know, it can be quite cold.
you can be quite cold, but you're not cold-blooded. Because white dragons exist.
And their very existence would be suffering. That does beg the question, though. What about steel dragons? Or
What about steel dragons?
do they exist in this world?
They do.
Ah, nice.
Iron dragons also exist. And cave
Do you think we've met any?
And void dragons.
What are the odds we've met one?
Very unlikely. You live in the wrong place for
Fair.
dragons to even.
You. Kai literally said he would try to introduce everyone to a dragon.
Fair.
But there are some dragons that hide in people's skin. Because,
Yeah.
Steel dragons.
steel dragons.
A good
silver
chunk of dragons.
Uh,
Mainly in Aya.
All dragons, pretty much, because I say all dragons should have the fucking ability to polymorph to people.
Well, here's the thing, Rin. Steel dragons their polymorph is special. Because, like, they maintain it no matter what. Like, if you kill one, they're still, like, you know, a
People.
person. Yeah, a people. It's real fucking neat, actually.
Just that they're all solid polymorph.
Yeah. They can go to sleep with it. They can, like, you know, they can die and still be, they can be knocked unconscious. They can, yeah, it's real good.
But in either way, yeah, most dragons have, or if not all dragons have the ability to change into a people form.
Ren, it's been not even a day since death, right? Or has it been a day?
There has been a single long rest.
Okay. So I'm down to 3.
I'll send a message to Baco and I will say, hey, I'm going to go back to the inn. I'm counting that as a word. I don't know what Orjack is going to do.
Seems to be just don't
Kaz is being a nerd, yes. Actually,
Fever again.
that fits 25. That fits all 25. Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
That's it.
Just
The
he stretches
best
the okay into 25 words.
It's not how that works, but okay. Okay. And I'm gonna head back to the tavern.
Oh,
Max character limit
okay.
reached automatically set. Yeah, you reached the tavern. It's a tavern.
Okay. I'm gonna go find Kai.
In his room.
Asleep.
Yep.
No, he's in the middle of training.
If I remember, Kai went to sleep.
You know,
Well, he got the long rest.
Maybe you should
So then he
not
would be
do
spending
that.
8 hours training.
Maybe you should not do that.
I'm okay.
Out of breath, physically in pain, more so than normal training,
So
dying. So
I have decided that I'm gonna start writing things down, specifically those that we kill, or those that die in the process. The ones that are less deserving of such.
What do you mean?
Innocents that die along the way, because it feels like it's going to happen a lot.
Me dying a lot?
Not you particularly. You were
I'll
not
die a
innocent
lot.
in that situation.
I know I wasn't, but just instincts. Someone sitting in a corner in a wall of force, surrounded by dead bodies, just sitting there, not even scared.
If they wanted to assault us, they would have. Though, I don't know why you thought attacking somebody that can make a wall of force was a good idea. I can't even do that, and I'm fairly good at magic. I'd say at least above average.
Out of character, I forgot what level spell wall of force was.
Yeah.
That's why. Oh, yeah. That's because just recent level 11. Oh, God, that's like a 6th level spell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
it's the minor flex spell, but then once you start breaking up,
Fucking
Just-
force cage.
die, and then you fall over.
Yeah.
I did not see the fucking wall of force. Not the wall of force, the power word kill.
Yeah, he's not afraid.
As
to
soon
kill
as you were
bitch.
like, as soon as you said, Ren, they don't want to kill you, but
It's the most efficient way.
They're gonna kill you, and I was like, God damn it, power word kill. I knew it before you even asked.
Rest in pieces.
But Katie,
It could have been significantly worse.
Oh god.
sometime
He could've
very
killed
soon, which is out of character when Kaz gets back. Me and him are more than likely heading out to a different plane. If you'd care to join us for a little bit.
Oh, are you talking about that thing that you offered a while back that I said sarcastically sounds great?
It's actually a free city where people are welcome to come and go.
Well, I think I angered the god of the sun a little bit by, going into his temple, offering a prayer. So I think going away from the sun for a little bit might be a good thing.
Cool. It's a giant city where you can buy almost anything.
Oh, fuck.
And I mean almost anything.
Oh, shit, that's great. Why didn't you tell me about this sooner? Then maybe I could have gotten a better deal on that scroll.
I did.
You didn't mention the way you can buy anything.
I don't remember you mentioning you could buy anything there, though, at least. I did mention that I knew you could go there, though.
Ren, do I know all the ways to get there?
Plane shift.
Don't have it.
Someone that's able to cast plane shift.
Don't have it.
A naturally occurring portal.
Maybe.
Though that doesn't exactly take you to where you want to go, it just takes you to the plane.
Yep. And then the one way that I know, mainly.
Which is call in a favor.
Yeah.
Call in a drop.
And that's going to be a pain in the ass to do as well, because they're all in hiding right now. God damn it.
But,
Because I was going to go there and see if my quote-unquote friend, my deranged doctor person I know, would be able to just patch me up a little bit faster.
Baco is currently undergoing therapy.
They need it.
I would agree, though.
And before you say anything, I know I need it. You shush.
No.
You tell me how fucked up it is after you see the place.
Look, I'll put it more like this. I have a book that literally won't let me show other people it right now. So it's...
Yeah, I might be able to connect you with some people that might know and be able to see it.
I don't particularly care. I'm working on a spell. I should be done with it sometime within the next few months, I suppose. I don't know. I'm working on a spell for it, though.
I'm a little sad I didn't get to fight that one guy at the graveyard.
Side note, I did find a new page for it. It kind of like calls me to them, weirdly enough.
That is some voodoo shit.
That is the whack.
It's really,
This is coming from someone who knows a four-headed lich doctor.
in theory, as far as I'm aware, I think the page I got is, well, it's more like I sacrifice portions of my magical power that I accumulate whenever I rest up into these specific ones.
I know how spell slots work.
Yes, but so you know how, like, that? Let's say that that do you know magic missile? Do you know what that is?
Yes.
So let's say that's one. So let's say that's one, correct?
That's a first level spell. Yes.
Yes. So the one I found would require 10 of those.
10 first level spell slots or
an equivalent
total. A combined total of 10 levels.
Yes.
It must be a powerful spell.
I'm not sure if it'll even let me describe what it does, though I can try.
No need.
Okay, that works then. It is rather useful, though. Honestly, I can't get that young woman off my mind for some reason.
Yeah, poor her. Who knows? Maybe I could pull some strings and see if I could get anything out of that to help. I doubt.
He stated her soul was completely destroyed, so I severely doubt that's going to work.
But I do know some people with some very strong, maybe even stronger magic than that wizard. I said potentially, Rin. You shush. Kai doesn't fully know.
I know. What still?
I mean, do they know how to wish for things?
Rin, would I know?
Yes. They have the ability to say "fuck you" and you die. So yes, which has happened
they
on
do.
multiple occasions.
They do. They can literally just say, point to any person, and just they're dead, no matter what.
I wonder if they would be able to. I doubt it, but it's worth a try.
Very doubtful unless you have something that's worthwhile for them, but you never know.
Even if it's not bringing her back, as long as that soul can be reformed in some way, I don't care.
You're looking at a very pricey, a very expensive bargain.
I know.
More than it can. Let's see. You'll either have to serve them, which means giving up part of your vampiric way. Rin, how long until my shadow reforms? Since it died?
Shouldn't be too long.
On average, how long does it take after it dies? A day?
About a day. The more powerful it becomes, the longer it'll take.
Okay, since it was pretty early, I should be able to summon it.
Yep, roughly about now.
Okay.
A day.
So you would have to give up your vampiric ways and become like me, as I summon the shadow.
I'll pass. I like my immortality.
Who says anything about giving up immortality?
Fair point. Though
I literally serve liches and death knights.
You know, I won't lie, initially
Shady.
that was something I'd considered learning how to do. Though, if it requires doing that,
it's a very strong organization with connections.
No, I'm more referring to lichdom.
Oh yeah, then there would be plenty of people there to talk to.
No, I mean the rending people's souls aspect of it.
Yes, there'd be plenty of people there to be able to teach you.
I didn't realize how strongly I felt against it until I witnessed it occur.
How morally evil it is.
Yes, but also with Lichdom, there's also almost always ways to do the exact opposite as well.
You'd have to be a good teacher.
Mm.
I will consider looking into it.
When me and Kaz go to this place, if I can even find people to take us there, and that's a big if, because there is a very strong enemy for the organization and the whole black market underbelly in this area. On the same level of power as the Crimson King.
Mm.
And that's only a class 1 threat.
I will need to ask, what kind are we talking about? Or like, how do you know how they attained it? Because I prefer a method that doesn't. I prefer a method that doesn't involve sacrificing innocent people.
To become a lich.
Let me clarify. Sacrificing their souls at the very least.
I believe they have souls of their own. I mean, one of the liches is a 4-headed multi-personality. He's a bit of a nut job, but he's
That's
very
fine.
good at what he does.
Let's drop the topic. Like, at this point, she seems visibly just upset.
But no, you'll like the Shadow Realm, I promise you.
I love how that it's just a term for it now.
Shadow Realm Jimbo.
What's the place called then?
The Shadow Realm
Shadowfell.
Jimbo.
That's what it's actually called. It's the Shadow
The Shadowfell?
The Shadowfell. Nah, it's Shadow Realm now.
Hey, Ren,
It's canon.
I did send you a message, by the way, just now.
You would not.
Okay. That would be very good information to get, though, not gonna lie.
About the court?
No, something completely different, but mildly related, a little bit.
There are
maybe
a lot of variants. That's the thing about liches. There's a lot of them. There's
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'll need to.
Plus, these liches are not known to a lot of people for good reason. But I'll put it like this. There are some people in my group that are stronger than the liches that no one messes with for a good reason. There's one guy in my organization. I won't say his name, but he has the power to wipe out this entire town single-handedly, with everyone in it.
I mean, most wizards probably could too.
He doesn't use magic.
Oh well, that's just cheating.
That's just
Says the wizard.
He has his hands. Also,
He has his gun.
Do. Hold on, Rin. I just thought about. Hold on. This song. Let me find it.
But when we go there, don't wear noble clothes and keep a firm grip on your coin purse. Glares at DM.
Do. Rin, the guy he said something about a gun with walks into town. This starts playing. Oh no.
No. Larry, you play League. Lair.
Yes, but also no. But yes. What else?
Lair, you play League.
I do, yeah.
Who do you think I'm talking about?
Well, there's lots of characters with guns. That's
Gun, edgelord.
Aphelios?
He has 2. Older character. He's one of the
Aphelios?
originals.
He's not an original.
Caitlin.
There you
It's
go.
a guy.
Where?
Caitlin is a guy.
I'm talking about Jin.
Well,
Jin isn't very edgy.
What's
If anything, he's just a fucking poet.
Have you read his
Psychopath.
backstory?
Yeah, I have. He's not that edgy.
he's a psychopath.
What are you talking about?
It's actually a pretty well written one, too,
Kai's
honestly.
group.
I know, right?
He's just got an obsession. Leave him alone.
There's no harm in that. You know, he likes art.
Yeah.
Is therapy over?
Probably about now.
Actually, yeah, about now. Because everyone's went to the tavern, they've had a good chat. So yeah.
Katie and Kai are just talking about a guy that could single-handedly, with his just fist, take out the
Also,
crowd.
Katie's plan, or like eventual goal of wanting to become a lich, possibly.
But think if you become a lich, you can't bear children.
So, was never gonna take over the household anyway.
Yeah, 7th daughter.
Baby.
8th, get it right.
8th, whatever.
8th child, get it right.
All you were good for is just be sold off.
Exactly. And if I prevent that from happening, hey, even better. Then I won't even be able to be a pawn, and that's good for me.
Hey, think about it.
Actually-
You could just not.
But
Just-
you would have to serve the court, more than likely. It's not a bad organization.
That's assuming I agree to that.
If you do. If you do,
I
you... Go ahead, Boko.
was gonna say I'm gonna go back to the inn. I don't know if Kaz is going with or anything.
You would see
Kaz fever dreams.
Kaz is being a nerd right now, or scribing from a scroll, just like he had a wild-eyed look. You got that thirst, and that thirst
Well,
is
while-
knowledge.
While he's idling and emotioning, I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna go to the tavern.
You might as well carry him back.
He gives a thumbs up as he's
Yeah.
halfway done scribing the scroll.
Hey, Kai, you want to go on a little shopping trip with me?
I'm gonna skedaddle back down to the tavern.
For what?
Well, I was going to pick up a book. I
What
talked about it
kind
with
of book?
Kaz, but I figured we might as well. Specifically, just a blank book.
You could pick that up anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, like across the street, there's a store there. It doesn't have a name, but it's more just like it's a general store.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be right back. Actually, and I'll come back with a book. How much is that going to cost me?
It,
A copper.
no, it's more than that because of the paper.
Yeah,
Yeah. A gold.
It's more.
10 gold.
Cost me 40 gold for that information. I didn't even get to take part in all of it.
Oof.
Single tier, am I right?
Yep.
Ooh, I see that cost. Delicious.
Didn't really help.
Well, I tried to be useful.
Yeah.
I was like thinking smart. Let's see, they stole some very valuable things. They're going to want to get quick money for it. Black market, I go for information.
Hey, Ren, you know what I just thought about? I can use that divination spell to tell what I should do with Gilly.
Good.
No.
What if God even answer that? They could just look at you. They don't.
God of romance.
They don't have
Come on,
to.
help me
They don't
out.
have to be obligated to help. They'll just look at
They're
you.
not
and be like,
obligated to, but I'm asking them, please.
You would just hear a laugh. And that's
Ow.
it.
Yeah, you get a laugh while Boku gets a thumbs up from the Bear King.
It's 10 gold pieces. Is how much it.
10? Okay. I'll pay with one of my platinum coins. Do they
Okay.
accept that?
Yeah, they accept platinum.
Alright, nice.
It's platinum, of course they're going to accept it.
Yeah.
It's, I just want just do that so I can, depending on what god you call. That's it. Just hear the laugh.
So does Katie come back to Kai's room or go off and do her
Yes.
shit?
I will come back.
But my group could help you with becoming a lich. But in exchange, you would more than likely have to become a part of the cult.
No. Could I get like a little note thing to write the stuff in the book down?
You have a Discord.
Too bad.
You have a Google Docs.
You have your roll 20 notes tab.
Yeah, actually,
you have your D&D Beyond note tab. You have Discord with your own server.
No. Also, I don't have a note tab. What are you talking about?
Descriptions, extras.
When do I make it to the tavern?
About now.
Hey.
Bio. Yeah, but I can't do like things there. You know. So.
You can here. Let me show you some.
Where is it?
You see that character backstory? You
That
can
whole
just
thing.
Go down there. Do this. Boom.
I'm not seeing whatever change you just made. So.
Oh, wait. There you go. There.
Okay, that works. Boom.
Let's do this. So it's a little bit.
Yeah, might help. Okay.
Split. But yeah, Boko, yeah, you walk in.
Oh.
No one's around except for the people that are around.
Hello.
Unless you go to Kai's room,
Might as well.
which is the popular meeting place of today.
Yeah.
And you go in the Kai's room, you see Katie just there. Right
Hey.
Hello, Boko. You see Kai like heavily sweating from training.
Maybe you shouldn't do that when you're extremely injured, you know? Or
Nah, I'll be
dead.
fine.
Has died.
Damn, warlocks don't get access to cure wounds. Sad.
Oh. Why would they?
Only a
Spellcasters.
very specific kind gets access to cure wounds.
It's the god one.
Yeah.
I don't know spellcasters or spell lists.
Think if it's a wizard, no. If it's arcane, no.
That's not entirely true. I have access to.
Yeah, but you have a very specific variant,
True.
as in blood magic.
Oh no! I have actual cure wounds. It's from a feat.
Oh, shut the fuck up, little Jimmy.
It uses my intelligence. What are you talking about?
Shut the fuck.
Joke's on you, I don't have to worry about my spellcasting modifier.
Joke's on you. I killed you.
My sword is my spellcasting modifier.
And fear it is.
It's a +8. It's better than my +5.
But yeah.
That was therapy, Boko.
Talking's fun.
That's good.
Okay, there we go.
Me and Katie were just talking about going to that plane to do some shopping at some point.
Shopping!
That plane?
The Shadow Realm.
Jimbo.
Oh.
We're getting sent to the Shadow Realm.
It's a
Jimbo.
completely public city, so you are all free to come with.
I mean, I don't want to get left alone.
That's why I said you're welcome to come with. Kaz already said he's gonna go. Katie wants to stay away from the sun for a little bit.
I think that kind of upset Helios.
Got too close. You smell.
You'll find a bunch of new and exotic things there, Boko.
It was for a good reason, though.
a lot of things are no exotic when you've been in the Feywild your entire life.
They're
Then this place
technically
in my-
they're exotic because they're very sad and depressing.
Exactly.
Ooh. Ah. Look at that.
Plus, while we're all there, I'm gonna be just trying to get myself patched up a little.
People usually sleep to do that.
I know, but I have potential ways of getting it done faster, so I don't have to sleep for another 3 days.
Bako Katie is going to very quickly just stand up and give you a hug.
Oh, I like hugs. Yay!
Pushes.
I need this too.
Big hug.
Kai's just sitting there, poking and just fooling around with his shadow.
You good, Katie?
I'm just very sad.
Aw. Just pat, just while hugging.
I never really realized. I don't think I've told y'all what I'm good at in terms of strengths and weaknesses.
Honestly, I just assumed you're good at being shady and getting yourself killed.
Actually.
You're not wrong.
Honestly, that's what he's done so far. So
That's what I was trained to do, is just be very good at shadows.
What about dying? Are you good at that?
I'll be undead, so I don't really...
Okay, so you're very good at death. Got it. Join the club.
Done it once. Again, 10 out of 10.
But, this little fella next to me just looks at it. I don't really have a name for it, because it's literally just my shadow.
Maybe Jerry.
Why don't you just call it Kai 2.0?
Yeah.
That would imply it's better than him. It's better than you.
You know,
In some things, yes.
Not.
I like this one. Let's keep him. Oh,
It is
also,
very good at getting out of getting through tight spaces.
I mean, I am too if you give me enough strength.
Bako, I have a question.
Oh yeah, I have an answer.
Have you met? Has anybody like? Sorry, I'm actually trying to clear my throat right now. Has anybody So you've traveled a lot so far, as you told us back at the party and whatnot. But
Oh yeah.
Has anybody died on your journeys?
Has, apart from Kai?
Yes.
Okay, hold on, let me think.
Like friends.
Friends.
Anyone you want remembered?
Well, everyone who's joined the party has deserted us with no message, and
That's not
honestly,
true. Drake gave a send-off.
he didn't let me finish. Apart from Drake was the first one to actually give a heads up that he was leaving. But everyone before that, no warning, couldn't get attached to anyone. And, well, one of Drick's friends was quite injured. Don't know if they're dead.
you can assume so.
Do you know their name?
Lolo, I think.
How do you spell that?
It's in character reference.
Hello. Hello.
Okay.
That's it.
Do you remember anything about them?
To be entirely honest, that's my food. You're gonna have to wait. Perfect cliffhanger. I'll be back in a minute. I'm gonna go get some food. If that's cool.
If I remember, yes. If I remember, Boko probably doesn't, because they only knew them for
A day.
a week. But that week was Boko spending time with Gellion, learning how money works.
Yep.
Yep. Anyway, going now. Actually going. Gonna meet in Duffin. Bye.
Okay. But, Katie, this little shadow here, it's better at a lot of things than me. It's better at getting through tight places. It could easily squeeze under that door with no issue.
Thank you, Mom.
Go ahead and try to grab hold of it for me. It won't hurt you.
I'll pass. Especially considering the way you said that.
I was just trying to imply it is impossible to grapple.
And I was making a joke.
Oh, I'm well aware. As you see Kai just grin and lightly chuckle.
I understand the concept. However,
this little fella is also immune to what I'm currently going through, which is exhaustion.
Yeah. Why don't you just lay down instead of spending money to try and fix it?
I have other business I need to take care of there as well.
You know, Rin.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of reminding me of a concept that I wrote up for that new for the new Friday setting. Yeah, like pretty much I went on a 3-day binge where I just didn't fucking sleep. And I was writing, and it ended up with me making a stupidly large world for no reason other than I was bored.
Yeah, that's normally what happens.
Hello, false alarm. It was a cute fox.
But it reminds me of this place where you would trade parts of your body, like just a finger for an unbreakable promise, or a breath to know the next day's weather.
I'm probably going to go in 5 minutes because food will be ready by then. But what was the question again?
What do you remember about Lolo?
About Lolo.
Yeah.
To be honest, I spent more time with Galleon because I had literally just came into the material plane and I didn't know what money was.
Like Galleon, or like which one?
Galleon, actually. Is the name actually Galleon?
I'm assuming it was a different one from what you know.
Are they different people?
Yes. One was a guard.
Hold on.
One was actually a noble, but from Slee.
It's Galrith.
That was his name.
I'll start with cheese.
But yeah, I spent more time with Galrith than Lolo because, Lolo hangs around with Drake. I didn't know people that much. And, honestly, the Eladrin were the closest thing to whom I knew at the time. So I just kind of stuck with them.
Well, now you have Kaz.
So, as I explained to Kaz before, I'm gonna start writing down people who've died who didn't deserve it.
Oh, sure.
Friends.
Oh, my name's not going in that book, then.
It depends on it depends on how you see deserved it. Because in some eyes, Lolo deserved it.
Friends. People we actually...
Oh, actually, I do know some shit about Lolo.
Okay.
Purely from other people, though. I don't know them myself. Drake seemed to be friends with them, but she did kind of kill someone who's my friend, and also the brother of a friend of mine. Same person. I'm friends with the brother and him, but
So she's a murderer?
Yes. But to be honest, I don't know the circumstances, so I can't really judge or anything.
I admit to having killed a good sum of people.
And
I don't think I'll write them.
To be
I don't even remember their
it was
names.
during a Gan war or something. It was like their whole fan-made religion versus a drow coming and rocking shell because they want money. And Lolo works for them, I think. You'd really have to ask Drake, to be honest. Because Drake seemed to know more about
Oh, Boko, how's that one thing coming along?
What thing?
You still practicing every night?
You've got me for a loss. What?
Wolf.
I can't do that because there's no secure place to do it.
We could do it outside the city. It's always an option.
Also in the Shadow Realm. I'm sure I could find you a secure room to practice.
I just want to say Jimbo every time you say it. Like, it's a compulsion at this point.
Shadow
I'm also fairly sure they know a fair bit about lycanthropy. And figure out exactly what origin you have from it.
Shit, you're right.
They are the people I talked about before that could help with it.
I think that's a good idea. Though, Obako, he has repeatedly told me that if I make a deal with one of them, I'll probably end up having to serve them, and I don't want that.
I would punch them in the face if they tried to make you
depends on the deal. You want lichdom.
I want the knowledge to do it, not necessarily the means.
Yes. That knowledge comes at a high price.
Yeah, you would know that.
Boko getting a dog removed wouldn't be as steep.
Hey, I am dog.
No offense, Boko.
I'm a very good
The
dog.
dog part. Yes, you are
dog.
a very good dog. I promise I'll get you a bone.
This bitch just is great at me. This bitch.
Oh, right. Right, that was almost as bad as this one.
Who's
okay.
That's my food.
Ren, goodbye again.
Probably a good point. While they're getting food, I'm probably gonna head off. We're gonna take a longer break, but yeah, ask your question.
I'd probably be just telling Katie about dragon thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call like a 30-minute break because
Ren,
we're well
I don't
over
know.
12 hours in.
I don't know why, but that just reminded me of this video.
I will. But ends part